Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Happy New Year! It's a winter wonderland up in St. Germain, Wisconsin, and we're excited to do some ice fishing.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Yes, folks, first of all, I'd like to wish all of you a very happy new year. And we're up in the St. Germain area today. We're going to do some panfish and some walleye fishing. But before we do that, Josh, I want to talk a little bit about ice conditions in the northern part of the Wisconsin area. Now, you're in Ashland, Iron River area. How much snow did you get before Christmas?
Before Christmas, we had a big storm. We had about 25 inches of snow in a 2-day period, and it was the wet, heavy snow, so our lakes were an absolute mess. Now, the good thing, though, is we had some cold weather after that, so everything's starting to settle back down. Now, there still is a little bit of slush on the lakes, but it's doable now.
So if people want to come up and do some ice fishing, snowmobiles would probably be the best to get around, but be careful because there is slush.
There is still slush, especially in those spring areas on the inland lakes, and then even on Chequamegon Bay, you got cracks too, so you got to watch for that. Just be careful where you're going, but definitely snowmobile is always your best option.
Now, the Hayward area, folks, got about 16, 18 inches of snow, not as much as you, but Pete was saying that the trees are heavy with snow, and there's a lot of slush on their lakes too.
Yeah, it's just a mess. We did not need that, that's for sure.
All right, buddy, we'll catch some fish, right?
Can't wait, oh, for sure.
All right, hey, folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
I'm with my buddy Len at the Amsoil Mechanical Lab, and I really wish our ratchet straps still looked like this.
Well, that hasn't been on the road with you and your dad getting all salty and beat up in the wintertime. But I've got two solutions for you here.
All right.
If you want to keep it looking that good, you're going to use the Amsoil heavy-duty metal protector. And what this stuff will do is it puts a coating on that part, and it won't let the salt get to it, and then it won't rust, so it'll stay looking new. If you've abused them, like we know you may have already done, and they're all rusty in the back of the truck, that's where you want to use the metal protector. This product will spray on there. It's full of anti-corrosion and a bunch of different cool stuff, and it'll free that rust and get the thing working like brand new.
Wow, awesome. For more information, go to amsoil.com.
Meet Chris McGillis of McGillis Weemer, experienced personal injury lawyers.
John, you've gotten to know me. I mean, I'm a really passionate person. Everyone on my staff is, everyone on my team is. We are passionate about what we do. Helping somebody out, protecting them, doing everything we can to help tell their story, to make sure they're treated fairly with integrity and with respect, and get a fair resolution, whatever that is for the client. I mean, that's extremely important to us. That's really all that matters.
Hey, welcome back, folks. I'll tell you what, we did find some decent travel up here in the St. Germain area, Rob, and some of the lakes are good and some not so good. Now, we did come across some slush coming out today, but you have nowhere near the snow that Hayward and Ashland and Duluth got.
Correct, yeah. I mean, we got spared like all the dumpings that we got. You know, the further west you go, the more snow you have. And we got probably 8 to 9 inches of snow. we had a lot of rain prior to that, so you got to pick your lakes, do your little bit of your homework. It seems like the shallower mid-sized lakes that had 8 to 10 inches of ice before the storm are weathering the slush pretty good, but the bigger lakes that only had 3 to 4 inches are going to be a mess for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you drill a hole there, and it's a good solid 8 inches underneath the snow, so we're in good shape. And what we're going to do the next day and a half is start out with a little bluegill crappie stuff tonight, and then do some walleyes tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, we'll set up for walleyes and pike tomorrow. You know, we got our, we're forced to fish where we have to fish and have good travel, and we're going to be in some good areas, and we'll work for our fish, but we'll catch them. Oh, we got a few fish here, John.
All right, I'm marking one too.
A little finicky.
Let's see. Hey, nicely done there. Nice hook set, Robbo. Oh, now that's not a bad bluegill. What is that one, buddy?
No, it's probably about an 8, but that's a perfect eater right there if you want to have a fish fry right there.
Well, show them to the folks. Yeah, I mean, that's a real nice bluegill right there. And those are the ones you keep, that 8 like that?
Yeah, between 8, 8.5.
Fish on, Dad.
I'm coming, Blake. All right, way to go. Rob just got a bluegill. Ooh, there you go. That's an eater crappie right there.
Beautiful crappie, and that was on the Acme Castmaster.
Yeah, and were you kind of moving it fast, or?
Yep, and he was suspended, so we're fishing about 14 feet of water, and he came up around 11.
Nice, yeah, good job there.
Good start.
And I missed you last week in Minnesota because I know how much you love the jigging.
I know it. I seem to be bad luck because you guys got a bunch of big bluegills and I wasn't.
Well, we've only been fishing 5 minutes. You already got one.
I'm marking one, Dad.
I'm not. There you go.
That was like 5 seconds after my crappie.
Ooh, there's, now hold that one up to your hand so people get an idea.
Beautiful bluegill.
Isn't that a pretty fish?
Yeah, look at the pretty colors on that bluegill.
And did he come off the bottom or was he suspended?
He came right off the bottom.
Hey, my buddy Henry Abbott, my lake trout slayer. How you do? Oh, there's a nice gill, Henry. That's a beauty there. And we're all seem to be running these little Castmasters, huh?
That's what they like.
And you just tip that with?
A couple of waxies.
Yeah, and that one suspended?
He came jetting up from the bottom.
I mean, look at that, folks. That's about, what, 8.5
Yep.
maybe? Yeah. Nice fish there, buddy.
Beautiful. There we go, John. We got another one.
Henry Abbott is on fire over there.
Pretty quick right now.
Yeah, let's see what we got. Oh, another decent gill.
Yeah.
And, I'm marking one now, too. Are they pretty aggressive when they come off the bottom, Henry?
Yeah, this spot, both of them came right up and just whacked it.
Hey, Josh, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to walk around in all this slush, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
Well, like we talked about, there's a nice crappie. But no, like we talked about earlier, your area over there just got smoked.
Yeah.
But over here on St. Germain, you can get around on these lakes.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, a little bit of slush, but it's definitely doable.
Fish on, Dad.
I see him. I see you there. Ooh, look at that one, Blake.
Oh, bluegill.
That's a dandy.
Wow.
Now, what kind of action are you giving that jig?
Well, there's so many fish down there, we don't really have to do much action. But I mean, if you don't see any fish for a while, I just pound the bottom, and that seems to help.
I saw that one. We're all fishing in a pretty tight circle here,
Yeah.
And let's see what we got here, Josher.
He feels all right.
Yeah. That's a nice gill.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Now, I remember the ones in Minnesota, though.
Oh,
so
those were nice.
that was fun. But these are gorgeous fish.
Yeah.
And, this time of the year, we're not fishing basin fish today. We're fishing kind of a weed edge type deal, right?
Yep. It seems like they're right on that edge, and they're coming up a little bit out of the weeds, but you can tell they're a little negative.
Now, what's that little jig you got on there?
That's the Acme hammered tungsten.
The hammered tungsten.
When it's a tough bite, that's one of my favorite baits. It flashes pretty good down there, and it's a small profile.
You go small,
Yeah,
right. And again, that tungsten keeps your line tight so you can feel the bite.
Yep, exactly.
Here we go, Rob.
All right.
Yeah, move my transducer if you would there. That's pretty nice.
Oh,
Feels pretty nice. Ooh, there's a nice
that's a good
bluegill. Now, size-wise, what is that, buddy?
That's probably just a smidge over 8.
Now, we showed before that, Josh is using just a little tungsten jig. You've really gotten to really like these tungsten Castmasters.
Yeah, Castmaster's my go-to always.
Yeah.
From start of the season till the end. I mean, it's a nice heavy bait, gets you down there quick. It shows up good on your electronics, and it's a great hooking bait.
Hey, Pete, come on over here, buddy. I got another one on. It is so funny.
You're doing good.
That's a nice bluegill, right? But what is so funny, we fished about 3 or 4 different spots today in a kind of a tight area, and I can be here and you can be 5 feet away from me and you're not getting bit.
I've experienced some of that
but that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is funny how they're really bunched up.
Well, stop catching them so I can get my rod.
There we go. Now, hold that other one up that I just caught before. Those are about the exact same size. And anywhere you go, I mean, these are really nice fish, aren't they?
Yeah, no, those are perfect eater fish right there, John.
And there's your little cast master again. But I was just talking to Pete how close we are together. And the last spot, Blake was hot. And the spot before that, Josh was hot. And so they're in a tight group.
Yeah, no, I mean, today with the weather and everything, I mean, it's not too shocking that they're not really just on the move. They're definitely holding tight to these structures and edges and stuff. You got a hot hole here,
I got a hot hole, don't I? Whoa, can you grab? Well, let's see here.
Hang on. There we go.
Ever since I turned 70, I really don't get off my ATV, or was that when I turned 50?
I'd say 50.
No, tomorrow we're going to do tip-ups, right? Tip-ups
Yep,
for walleyes?
We'll fish some tip-ups. It's going to be real cold tomorrow, and I think we'll just sit and watch some flags.
What's going on over there?
I don't know. Pete's got a nice fish
I had a real
on.
nice crappie, I was going to guess, but I just...
It's a walleye.
Could it be a walleye?
I think so.
All right. Yay! There we go. Nice job there, Pete. A walleye.
Notice how I got Rob to grab it for
way to
me,
go,
too.
little walleye.
Yeah, well, that was cool.
Yeah, your little gold casting master.
Little gold cast master.
He was actually really aggressive.
Was he really?
Yeah, he came up quick.
Well, hey, you never know towards evening here. We got, about a half hour left to light?
Probably 2 hours, yeah.
2 hours. So Ryan, the photographer, is glad to hear that. 2 more hours, Ryan. No, but the walleyes then the crappies could start going.
Exactly.
Hold that out. I mean, that's a nice 17-inch fish.
Nice chunky fish. Yeah.
Nice job there, Pete.
Thank you.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. Save $50 on the Clam C890 Thermal Hub Ice Fishing Shelter on sale for $519.99.
We were fishing the lakes of St. Germain, Wisconsin, a 4-hour drive from Milwaukee, 5 hours from Chicago, and 4 hours from Minneapolis.
I'm here with Matt at the Clam headquarters in Rogers, Minnesota. And I definitely did not realize that Clam has such a variety of rod and reel combos.
Yeah, we have more rod and reel combos than some rod and reel combo companies.
You have everything for a beginner to if you're gonna go for lake trout?
Yep, everything from panfish to walleyes to lake trout, from $25 to $120 with the nicest components. We got a rod for everybody.
And so you're saying if I couldn't find a rod and reel combo at Clam, I'm out of luck?
Absolutely. If you can't find one here, I can't help you.
For more information on the rod and reel combos, go to clamoutdoors.com or Fleet Farm.
New Mega Live Imaging shows you what's below in real time with edge-to-edge clarity and no gaps in coverage, all so you can turn must-watch detail into non-stop action. Only from Humminbird.
Folks, taking a break in the fishing, it's always fun to introduce products that'll really help you out. This is the Johnson Pump Portable Aeration System, and what is really cool about this, it keeps your minnows really alive. Listen to this. I mean, that is like having a bait shop on the water. And you know something, Wes? Our competitors just put bubbles into the water. We actually are providing oxygen.
Correct. We're forcing oxygen down in the water, which gives the bait oxygen, and it also removes the CO2, allowing the bait to take in that oxygen, which keeps them alive and lively.
What I like too is a lot of times will transport large amounts of bait a long distance. So this can be put on a cooler system or in your boat?
Yeah, John, I'm not handy at all, and in less than an hour I converted this Clam bucket into a complete bait well.
Well, day 2, and we're going to set tip-ups today and fish for walleye and pike. Blake is our bait girl. She said, yeah, there you go. But when you set a tip-up, Rob, for you're fishing walleye and pike, and you just got a little sucker minnow on there with an Eagle Claw number 8, and what's your leader material?
Cigar Brazix, 12 pound.
And that fluorocarbon's wonderful, isn't it? You can use a little heavier line because they can't see.
Right, you get the best of both worlds right here. You know, it'll handle a good pike as long as you take it easy.
And you set your tip up how far off the bottom?
Varying of what we have for bottom, whether sand or we got mud or we got a little bit of grass, you know, anywhere from 1.5 feet to 3 feet above whatever structure we're setting on.
Okay, we just sit back and relax and wait for the flags.
Right.
Hey, what do we got here?
I don't know, but there's a fish.
Does it feel big at all?
I don't know.
There's your leader.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, piker. Not too bad there, Blake. Boy, did he ever eat that.
But that's a good start.
Well, all 3 of them popped at the same time here. We just got our tip-ups all set up, and bang, bang, bang. Actually, that's one you could eat.
Yes.
You know that?
5 sides.
5 sides, but we always talk about how good pike are. Yes. Way to get to the tip-up. Pete, you got one? Okay, Pete's got a tip-up there. I don't want to get too close till he sets the hook, and he set the hook, and
what
is there a fishy?
Here? Well, it's a fishy. It's not a big fishy, so we got to hope it's a walleye.
Oh,
it is
now
not.
That is a wimpy Wednesday, as you would call it, right?
That is a wimpy Wednesday. You got to be impressed how he leaped out of the hole, though. He was excited to see me.
No, that was pretty exciting there. Hey, one thing though, Pete, about this tip-up deal, it is kind of fun to set a bunch of them and just sit around and chat and wait for them to go up, isn't it?
Well, actually, that's what's cool. It's kind of a community thing, you know. You get them set up and you talk a little bit till the next window opens. Look at this.
Ooh, there you go. Coming, buddy. I'm coming, Josho. We've actually caught, in addition to Blake, a few small pike, too. That one what's that one, buddy?
It's a decent pike. Just trying to get his head up the hole here. Oh, we're close.
Let's see. Blake, get in there, see if you can help him. And...
there you go.
There you go.
Perfect. Popped off right there.
Now, Josh, what we should explain to the folks is Rob's got us set up on a deal that they call sandgrass.
Yep.
And that's a deeper growing grass?
Yeah, it grows a little deeper, usually 15 feet of water or deeper. Sometimes out to about 25 to 27 feet, but the pike love it, the bass love it, walleyes too. You never know what's going to be out here.
Yeah, I mean, that right there is a good eater, but you know what? That one is a really well-built fish, and that's why you release them, right?
Yep, exactly. We like to let those go. That one's going to grow up to be a real big one.
Now again, Josh, when you're setting your tip-ups in the sandgrass, how far off the bottom do you have your minnow?
I like to set mine anywhere from 2 to 3 feet off. That way they can see it from a little farther away, and you got a chance of walleyes, pike. You know, the walleyes don't like to come up 5-6 feet to grab it.
Yeah.
So I like to set them a little closer.
Hey, look at that. Our buddy Andrew's got something on. Hopefully not a pike, right? We've been catching a lot of those, haven't we?
Yep.
All right, and another eater. Here, I got some good gloves on you. You got them. There you go. That's not a bad pike there, Andrew. You know, you fish these lakes up here in St. Germain a lot, don't you, buddy?
Yep.
And you get a day like today where you got cloud cover like this. We've only caught pike so far, but generally you get a walleye run during the course of the day?
Yeah, usually with the cloud cover like this, you'd expect one through the middle of the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing better on the ice than some Johnsonvilles. And today we have the Johnsonville rope sausage. Comes in 3 different flavors, smoked, Polish, and andouille. And they are wonderful, made with 100% premium pork, no fillers. They're pre-cooked. All you got to do is heat them up on the grill. They're delicious. Take a bite.
What do I have here?
You got the Polish. How good are those, guys?
Wonderful. I'm warm.
Hey, all right, way to go, guys. I hope it's feel like a better fish, Pete?
Yeah, he said it feels good.
Yeah, that's a big fish.
Okay, that's cool, guys.
Oh, man.
Happy New Year to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Well, this is interesting because this same tip-up had a little fish on it, just a little.
Okay, there's the marker. Can you see him, Josh?
Oh, I want to.
Be ready to let him run again, buddy. There are some big pike in this lake and some big walleyes, too.
Look at him.
Ooh.
It's a big pike, it looks like. Real nice
you
pike.
saw him?
Yeah,
What's your leader on there, buddy?
I got 15-pound Seaguar and Vizex.
In Vizex,
And I
15
just got
okay?
a small single hook on there.
Oh, small single hook.
Yeah, this is my walleye setup.
Okay, Joshy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he goes again. There he goes again. Yeah, what do you do with this light line like that, though, Pete? You just got to play him real easy, buddy?
Yeah, you got to play him light and be careful right at the hole. The only problem is you can't lift them out with 15-pound tests.
That's a Jim Dandy. It's a beautiful pike.
There you go.
Oh, Josh Tigan, you are the king of pike.
Very nice.
Look at the build on that thing, Pete.
That's a fat ass.
That is, look at the big bad tummy on that. Josh, now that's something to talk about, though, buddy, is running that Seaguar the line. You know, the Invizex line is so awesome. The fish can't see it, but that line was in the teeth area.
And it held up great. And what it does too is it tricks these big fish into biting. I honestly feel like if you had a big lighter leader on there, he might not grab that. You want that line that's invisible, and that's what tricks these.
Boy, you've had a good year for pike, I'll tell you, buddy.
I do like big pike.
Yeah, we're gonna get this fish back in, but just an awesome job. And I'll tell you what, the way you handled that fight, I was proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It's time now to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2022 Fishing Contest. Brad Baker of Ellsworth caught this 40-inch northern on Bone Lake on a sucker. Mike Yonke of Sioux Falls, South Dakota caught this 10-inch bluegill on Lake Bahota on a waxworm. Eddie Litke of Dousman caught this 31-inch walleye on the Fox River. He was using a Rapella. Dan Verdman of Beaver Dam caught this 44-inch northern on Chautauqua. He was using a jig and crawler. And this week's kids winners are Sophie Pagel of Helenville caught this 26-inch walleye on Koshkonong on a leech, and Andy Weir of Two Rivers caught this 38-inch salmon on Lake Michigan. He was using a spoon.
Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week, save 20% off all ice fishing combos on sale starting at $7.19. And save 30% off the Acme Hyper Hammer TT Lures on sale starting at $2.79.
Here we go, John.
You've been battling this one for a few minutes, huh?
Not as big as that one I got earlier, but he feels okay.
Yeah. Ooh, no, that's a nice pike, Josh. Good job. I'll tell you what, Josh Tigan is the pike king. You know that, buddy? No, that one you caught earlier today was just a beautiful fish. And these, Pete, you like the builds on these?
Oh, beautiful builds, yeah.
So that's one thing that you and I always talk about. You look at the build of a fish before you keep it to eat it, right, on these pike?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If you got a pike in the range of something you'd normally keep, but it's got a beautiful build, real heavy back and everything, yeah, you want to let that fish go.
And this is an example of that right here. Folks, St. Germain is a beautiful winter wonderland this year. And Rob, you know what? There is really a cool snowmobile event coming up. It's called Hiller's Radar Run. This is neat for people to come up and see.
Yeah, it's the first weekend of February, John, February 3rd and 4th. It's actually the world's biggest snowmobile race. There's drag racing. There's a huge bikini run. That's a huge fundraiser, and all the money is taken in and goes towards cancer and breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, it really is a great event. You've got beautiful snow up here this year. Folks, come on up for the Hiller Radar Run the first weekend in February. What's going on, Rob?
Oh, Josh has got something.
All right, we just got a tiny pike.
And we got a tiny walleye.
Yay, another tiny walleye. Actually, Rob, is that a good sign to finally get a walleye, no matter how big they are?
We're coming into that minor. I said we might start getting some walleyes now.
Yeah, way to go, Josh. You're gonna mount that one?
I might, actually. It looked pretty good.
Yeah. Yay, what do we got? What do we got here?
Northern.
It's, whoa, hey, there's an eater, right, buddy? There you go. Hey, I want to thank all you guys today for setting tip-ups, because we got out here this morning. I think the low last night was 3 degrees or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
So thank you.
No wind today.
Yeah,
no wind.
And that makes a really big difference, folks, when you don't have the big breeze out here with this, because it's about 12 degrees today, I think, you know. Hey, but one thing I did want to ask you now that I got you, you guys got that 16 inches of snow the week before Christmas up in Hayward, but this cold weather that we've been having should tighten the ice up again so there's not so much slush?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. The lakes are certainly a mess right after it came, but no, it should tighten up on top, and hopefully we'll get a layer, and maybe the slush won't get that bad. It's just one of those things you're gonna have to wait and watch right now, but it was a lot of heavy snow.
And you had a lot of tree damage over there in Hayward too, huh?
Tremendous amount of tree damage, actually, and pretty amazing to look at all of it. I mean, anything but the main roads look like you're driving down a tunnel, you know.
Yeah, with all the trees hanging down and whatever.
You're up thinking, I hope one doesn't fall.
Yeah, but you and I were supposed to fish out there, and you actually said don't come, wait till after the first of the year when the slush was pretty bad.
Yeah, and people got to be careful, all depending on the lake, but, you know, especially if there's any current or it's prone to spring holes and stuff, too. You really got to watch it right after heavy snow like that. So it's actually a safety factor, too, to just wait a little while and let things freeze back up.
I got to admit, you know, driving down the roads, it was pretty with all those big evergreens hanging over with the snow. You know?
Everybody's been saying it, and I say it's really pretty until you got to shovel it.
Yeah. For a great place to stay in the Northwoods, call St. Germain Lodge. That phone number is 715-542-3433.
Here he comes, right up out of the weeds. Oh, baby, you hammered it! What a way to start the day. What I love about this new Mickey Acme Tungsten jig is it features 2 Mickey ears that are almost like a crankbait bill coming off the front of the jig. What this does is allow it to plane, act like a jigging type of minnow, and as you pop it, it bounces and gives real erratic action. You can see the difference in the action, and that's gonna seal a deal for the fish eating it right now. This is a technique and a jig that fish have not seen yet. It's unbelievable. You gotta get this jig underneath the ice this year.
Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333. All right, Josh Aru, buddy. What do we got here? Another small pikey? Oh, it's a walleye. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's a wall. Look at that. There you go, buddy. There we go. That's what we were expecting all day, right, Pete?
Yeah, that's right.
No, that's a beautiful fish. Unfortunately, we're going to wrap up. We got to get out of here before the snow starts again and get home. But that's a beautiful fish. And I'll tell you what, for the day and a half, you know, that we fished, we did okay. I mean, considering, you know, the
weather,
cold front and everything else.
Absolutely, yeah. Really quite good.
Who was the hot stick today?
Josh has been it.
I'll tell you.
Choosing the right flags.
Just magnificent angler, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Hey, good to see you. Happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know if we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.